Okay, what's going on, everybody? So today we are going to do some maintenance on the Mazdaspeed 3. And last week I was driving to get something from a grocery store, and I noticed a very big hesitation on the car, and I thought to myself, what's going on? I didn't know what was happening. So I went back home and used my scanning tool, and it was a fuel pressure sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how the process works, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright everybody, so right now I'm in the car. What I really want to show you is the codes that I received when there was a check engine light. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a tool that's called Blue Driver. This is like one of the best scanning tools you can get out there, and yeah, you can just scan it from your mobile device and, you know, check your codes, hidden or unhidden. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here, and then there's a blue flashing light right over there. And yeah, you just start your car, but you don't run it. So just leave it like this. Gonna go ahead, use the code app. This is the Blue Driver app right there. I don't know if it can focus, but I'll go ahead and hit that. Read codes right over here. I think it's just trying to connect it to the device itself. You hit read codes, and then you hit all system modules, so it'll scan literally every single thing on the car. And it'll take some time, probably like a solid 2-3 minutes. So I'm gonna skip this step until it hits 100 and show you guys the codes from there. So now it's almost done scanning. I'm just gonna wait for it to hit 100% and I'll show you the codes right there. Okay, here it is. Just skip this step. It'll tell you like what's the mileage on your vehicle, but this is the code I received. So it's called Fuel Rail Pressure Sensor, and the code number is P0192 right here. That's the code for the fuel rail pressure sensor. All right, so we got the fuel rail pressure sensor, and this is it right here. It's a very small package from Bosch, the exact one that we use for OEM. This is the reference number. So the last digit will be 5053, or it'll be 5006, and that's the OEM one. Open the package. It's a very small sensor, and this is it right here. So this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and install this and show you guys the whole process, and we'll see how that goes. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead, opened the hood to show you guys how the process works. There's going to be fuel on the fuel rail itself, and it's called a fuel rail pressure sensor for a reason. So there's going to be a lot of pressure in the fuel rail and the pressure sensor itself. So we want to make sure that we remove all of the fuel from there, so there's no fuel spitting out or blowing in our faces. So the fuel is right there, or the sensor. So when we remove that, we want to make sure there's no fuel coming out. And I went ahead and grabbed a socket, the deep socket 27, and you just, it was like perfect. So yeah, this is it right here. So it fits perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use this deep well socket, but before I do that, like I said, we have to remove all of the fuel from the fuel rail. So the first thing that we want to go ahead and do is remove, I forgot what it was called, the fuses, the fuse box. So the fuse box has a circuit fuse for your fuel. It's this one right here. so it'll be this blue one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and run the car and until it dies. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab something to grab it and remove that fuse. Okay, and here is the circuit fuse. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the side and start the car until it runs and dies. Okay, there it is. Okay, everybody, so we are gonna go ahead and remove the sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the wire from the sensor itself. It's right over there. So just be very careful. It's a very tight space. You don't want to like damage anything. Okay, it's gonna be very tough. So I'm gonna use a set of pliers. Maybe that'll help a little bit because it's really stuck on there. Alrighty guys, so I'm having a slight problem is because it's very hard to remove, and I really don't want to break this because it's my daily driving vehicle. I think the way to remove the sensor if it's like super stuck, try to use your hand and press it on it, because it was really hard to use some pliers, and if I use the pliers I might damage it as well. So what I'm using is some sort of a screwdriver, and try to put it in between the sensor and the clicking thingy, I guess you can call it. So right there. So if I use that and just push it, it might help a little bit to get it removed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and see if it'll work. So here's this, and it's really hard. Come on. Hard. Man, this is really tough. Hold on. It's a very tight space, so you guys gotta be very patient. I'm gonna use this plier that has like a tilting angle. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, it did work. Wow. Okay. And there it is. Okay. So I'll show you guys what happened. Okay, so I used this tool right here, and it actually works perfect because it was a very tight fit. My hand couldn't get inside, to remove it. A regular set of pliers wouldn't be able to do it because it was hitting some cables right here or like some hoses. So this one actually fitted perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate what happened, and I'm actually gonna put it back in just to show you guys how easy it was. It's on. Grab it, make a good grip on it, and then you squeeze it, and then you pull. And that was easy enough for me to remove it. So I didn't damage anything. I didn't push it too hard, just enough so I can push the clip and then just wiggle it a little bit and then pull it out. That was a really good tool. So now we are gonna go ahead and remove that sensor right there. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and insert the socket, the 27mm right over here, and I try to use multiple extensions. Even like the shortest extension, it wouldn't fit because it would hit this sidebar right here. Even the socket, it would hit like lines and I wouldn't be able to insert it. So my best method at the moment was using one of these swivel sockets, and it actually fit perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it as much as I can, and voila, it fits. And now I'm removing it without, like, you know, stripping anything. So I'm just gonna barely untighten it. Okay, a little more. I think the socket itself, it's hitting the intake manifold, so you can see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera on the tripod, you know, work with this thing. So at least I got it untightened. So I'm gonna go ahead to try to untighten it by hand and see how that goes from there. So, okay, I went ahead and removed the socket, so you can see like all the scratches from the intake manifold because it was hitting it. So if you have an intake manifold that's like powder coated or painted, you are gonna scratch it, unfortunately, unless you find like a 27 deep socket that's actually thinner than this one, because this is a really thick one. It's meant for like impact use, but that's the only one I had at the moment. Oops. There we go. Okay, and there it is. Okay, this is the Bosch sensor from Mazda, and as you can see, I'm gonna try to compare it for you guys. So here are the sensors in comparison. This is the OEM one, and this is the one from Bosch. I mean, they're both Bosch, but there is a difference, I can tell you that from now. So the size wise, this one is way bigger than this one, but they fit both 27mm. They both have like the same tip at the bottom. They both have the exact same pins on here for like the connectors, and they both have the same pins on the sides as well, but I think it's just size wise. So I'm gonna go ahead, test this and see how that goes. So let's try to focus this thing right here. 006 right there. That's the last 3 digit on the OEM Bosch, and then this one, it says 5053, so the last digit is 053. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, give it a shot, and give you guys my feedback on this, and yeah, we'll see how that goes from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and thread this by hand right here. I tried my best to put it in, so I'm just gonna thread this by hand. It threads perfect, so there's the threads, if it matched, then it's good. It's just the length that I'm worried about that doesn't match, but we'll see how that goes from there. So it looks like that's the best, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it with the socket. Okay, so another update. I went ahead and put the sensor on and tighten it, and then used my ratchet and with the 27 deep socket and the swivel socket. So I didn't tighten it too much. I hand tighten it and then just slightly tighten it with the wrench. So I went ahead and put the cable on. I'm gonna go ahead and clip it. See how that goes. There it is. I don't know if you guys heard that pop, but now it's sitting perfectly nice. So that's the installation complete. I actually removed the cover for the intercooler, top mount intercooler cover, because it was in the way, but you probably do it on your stock one as well. But yeah, there it is. It's done, and we're gonna go ahead and test the car and see how it runs. Before we do that, we are going to put the sensor or the fuse back in place. So we're gonna hit this gently. There it is, right there, flush, sitting flush. So we are gonna go ahead and test the car. Okay, gonna give this a shot. Let's see how it goes. Gonna prime it because we took the circuit fuel or the circuit fuse out. So 3 times. There's 2. There's 3. Okay, let's go ahead, pump it up. Okay. No check engine light. That's a good sign. It's running smooth. Let's go ahead and take a look if there is any leaks or anything. So there it is right there. So it's running good. So far so good, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a test drive, let you guys know how it functions, and yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. Alrighty guys, so right now we're in the car. We're gonna go ahead and give it a test drive and see how it performs. I'm hoping there's no hesitation at all whatsoever. So there we go. Okay, nice. Usually what happens, the first to second will give it like a I don't know, like a big jump or a big hesitation. So now it's no jumping at all. This is really good. Nice, very smooth. And give it a blip. Alright, nice. Yeah, everything is working great so far. I don't see anything going on. Gonna give it a test drive around the corner. Haven't listened to this car for quite some time. So we want to hear that HKS blow valve and the turbo noises. Alright, let's do this. That feels good. That feels really, really good. That is so awesome. Alright everybody, so that is it for today. I'm hoping that you guys loved this video, and if you did, please leave me a like and a share and subscribe to my channel. So just for a recap, I'm going to show you guys what tools that I have used, and hopefully this will help you guys in the future if you had some issues like this, or if you had that P0192 code on your check engine light. So this is the full set that I have, or these are all the tools that I used. So I used this type of plier, a 1/2 inch ratchet, a 1/2 inch swivel socket to a 1/2 inch. I used a 27 millimeter deep socket. These are the tools that I tried using to avoid using the swivel. So I used like the smallest extensions right here. I even used like this attachment just to act like it's a, you know, an extension. I even tried to use the pry bar in 3/8 ratchet, but I avoided those right away because I knew it was not going to work, because there was a lot of lines and there was a lot of hoses that were like in the way, so I knew right away it was not going to work. These are the tools that you'll definitely need, and this is the box. This will work on any Mazdaspeed. Even the CX-7 probably it will work. I'm not sure though, but I'm assuming there's a different part number for the CX-7. And this is the old one right here. So the old one uses the 006 for our Speed 3s, but you can also use 053. And please don't try to use a cheap brand like from Amazon or eBay. Use OEM, or which is Bosch, and you'll like save a lot of money. Actually, this one for a really good deal. Instead of spending $150 on it, I got it from Summit Racing. I got it for like $50, so it was really a good deal. So I'll put a link just in case you guys want to buy a sensor. And yeah, hopefully this helps. I really do appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.